How can you know if Deep Dive Poker is made for you? Since I created it, I'm going to tell you where does it come from, what can you concretely find on Deep Dive Poker, and who it is made for. Let's go! 3 years ago, I'm at the end of my engineering studies. I've already been making good money in poker for several years, but at one point I stop and I decide, okay, this is what I really want to do. I want to become the best poker player, the one who is going to earn the most money. But at the time, I knew that there are a lot of talented players out there, and that most of them are working like crazy. So to get better than all these beasts, I had to work differently. I had to build my own path to the top of poker. My first idea was to combine solves, so theoretical solves and node-locked solves, with artificial intelligence to find easy patterns that would work every time. The results were looking good, but not good enough for me. So I added another layer, and that layer was to model entirely poker mathematically. When I thought about it, I didn't know yet, but I was reaching to the heart of Deep Dive Poker, and my mindset was going to change completely. So I write down poker as mathematics in order to find how to maximize my EV in every situation and against any type of player. And doing this, I start discovering incredible things. All the work I had been doing until then, a little bit blindly and without real results, was finally paying off. I discover new and revolutionary concepts about poker strategies every week. I realize that my goal is possible, and I become obsessed with this idea of solving entirely poker. So that you can understand what I felt, over the 2 years that followed, I stopped grinding and I spent more than 8,000 hours working on it. After these 2 years, in December 2022, I had created a research document that was synthesized and simplified to the maximum. It was about 100 pages long, and inside it, we would find all the concepts I had discovered with graphics and verification algorithms. And there I had a decision to make. Either I get back playing poker and I start using all of this, or I keep on with my research because I still had a lot to discover. So I thought about it, and actually, I had just spent the 2 happiest years of my life. I am super good at this, and this is where I feel the most accomplished. So I decide to keep on, and I also decide to share my results. Both to finance the rest of my research, and also because I am super proud of it. To share it properly, I spent a year building a first program entirely dedicated to the most important street, the river. So I clarify all my concepts, I make them the most dense possible, and I also ask a lot of advice to some of the best poker players to make sure that the program is perfect. And this is the program that I'm going to show you now. There are 3 main aspects: videos, simulators, and training games. You can access the plan from the program page. All videos last between 30 minutes and 1 hour, and they are the most dense possible. I divided these 20 videos into 4 modules to address all the important concepts to master on the river. Both theoretically, so how can you anticipate and reproduce by yourself the decisions that a solver would make, but also in exploit, so how can you earn as many chips as possible against any opponent. If you wonder, it is valid for every poker format, whether you play MTT, cash game or spins. Apart from one video that is specific to ICM, all the videos are going to be interesting for you, whatever the format you are playing. Now, as you can see on my screen, there are many resources attached to every video. For example, if we go to the 3rd video of the first module, which is by the way accessible for free, you're going to find a quiz to practice what you have just learned, and also a downloadable document that is going to be an overview of the video. You will also find some simulators and some training games on other videos. Please be aware that during the pre-sales, not all the videos are filmed already. Obviously, if you are a pre-sale user, you are going to have the videos as soon as they are available. And you can check everything on the programs page. So this was about videos, but pre-sales users will also have an exclusive access to the simulator. The Deep Dive Poker simulator has nothing to do with usual trainers, because it is really made for you to be able to focus your training on one specific concept at a time. You can choose working on your bluffs, on your traps, or on your value sizings on the river. Then you can choose what difficulty you want to work on. And finally, and this is the most interesting, you can choose if you want to work theoretically or if you want to work exploiting an opponent. Here we are playing against a leaked opponent and we are working on our bluffs. So we have to find the best play given this information. And here it seems that the best play is to bet 30k. So here, if I verify, you can see I have 100% accuracy. This is the best play. If you are training against a leaked opponent, the accuracy represents the percentage of EV you will get with your play in comparison to the best possible play against the specific opponent. And if you are training theoretically, it is even more interesting because my algorithms are going to create a strategy around your answer and around your potential mistakes, and the accuracy is going to represent how exploitable is your strategy. And now that you know what Deep Dive Poker is, I let you discover by yourself everything I have created for you to become the best poker player.